updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Audi e-tron. This is to lock the car, this is to open the boot, and this is to unlock the car. And this is the Audi logo on the key, and that is the car right in front. It is actually turned on, but you cannot hear it. It's switched on, not turned on. That's the wrong word to say, Faisal. Anyways, let's open the front trunk. There, hydraulic struts. No insulation there. It's not needed at all because it's very silent a car. Anyways, you see the design is a typical Audi affair with a large grille. Okay, it says e-tron right here. I don't know who's going to read that any which ways. And you've got a green color number plate because obviously it's electric Audi logo, and there is the front parking camera, front parking sensors. I love the way the grille has been done with this sort of a silverish finish as well. And you got a sort of a skid plate too. Yeah, the design is actually very attractive of this car. In fact, you see that is functional. Yes, that's for better aerodynamics. Obviously electric cars need to be very aero efficient to save the battery and the range. Of course, this happens to be the towing hook, headlight washer, and the lights are super bright. You know why? These are Audi digital matrix light. Yup, super duper awesome. And because it's electric, it has this sort of a treatment here of the lights. Indicators turned on, but that also doubles up as the DRL. Really bright lights, fantastic. Alright, what do you think about the design of this car? I think it looks really nice, especially in this orange shade, of course. And of course, you get the dynamic swipe indicators as well. Coming to the side of the car, you see these are big wheels. These are actually 20 inches. The size of the tire happens to be 255 50/20s and yellow colored brake calipers. In fact, it says e-tron there as well. Okay, it says e-tron here too. Press this, that's how it opens. There is the charging port of the car, so you can charge the car from this port, or it's actually practical enough because it has a port on both the sides as well. From the side, it kind of looks largish. It's actually kind of based on the Q5, but it's bigger, it's longer, it's wider than the Q5, because of which it has more space on the inside as well. And they have another variant of the e-tron known as the e-tron GT. Okay, you have got this black color sort of a finishing here. And of course, there's decent amount of ground clearance, but it has air suspension, which means you can raise it and decrease the ground clearance as well. We have a request sensor, and there's a light which comes out of here. In fact, a request sensor is there on all the four doors, which is nice. You get roof rails which are not functional, and the roof is massive along with an antenna which is chin to mintu. Coming to the rear of the car, again great lights, nice attention to detail, and of course you get the dynamic swipe indicator as well. 55 quattro, yeah, because it is the more powerful version, and there's a light which connects both the lights for the continuous treatment. You get rear parking sensors. Of course, you get a reverse parking camera as well. And you know, they've done this black sort of finishing which kind of reduces the visual bulk. And there's the sort of a skid plate. But this is not an exhaust. The car doesn't have an exhaust, but they've given that sort of a design treatment there. I think, you know, this orange color is kind of reminding me of the Volkswagen Tiguan All-Space. Let's open this from the other side as well. There it opens. So they have given it on both the sides, which is a practical touch. I honestly feel it's practical to have it on both the sides. Anyways, let's open the boot of this vehicle. First and foremost, let me tell you something, that it feels so typical Audi in many ways now. So it's not even like a surprise here in most of the ways, because look at the boot. Close your eyes and enter the boot and you know it's an Audi. It's so freaking similar. Here underneath you got a space saver tire whose size happens to be 185/70/19, so small size, but there's so much storage space here. It's obnoxious. In fact, there's a 12-volt charging socket there. Storage space in plenty. Yeah, I kind of like that. And there's a nice light inside as well. This is the parcel shelf. You can just activate it like that. Yeah, you have to be a little careful if you don't activate it properly. There, it's activated. Yep, parcel shelf. Nice cloth finished. Hook, and press this. You can recline the seat here. You see, you press this and there you can recline the seat as well. 60/40 split seat, electric tailgate as well. There's a light there too. Plenty of lights, you know, in spite of being electric, which has to save battery. Isn't this on the higher side? Yeah, this seems like on the higher side. Okay, the glove box is lockable. It's deep. It has the light inside and it has a pen holder as well. Just going to turn off the indicator. Okay, storage space at the front, really very nice. Electric adjust for the co-passenger as well, and it has soft door close. So here, even if I don't close it completely, there it pulls it inside. I'm going to try that again. Yeah, but the doors are a little heavy to pull out. Okay, maybe the soft door close haven't set in right now. There it closes. Okay, let's get to the rear. Now door pockets are big enough. You can easily keep a 1 liter bottle right there. Let's put this back into place. You have a sun blind which is manually adjustable or retractable. Nice silver finishing. Lot of hard plastics. I don't know why. Plenty of hard plastic. Okay, this is soft, but otherwise plenty of hard plastics almost and scratchy ones as well. Plenty of airbags. It says airbag right there, 8 airbags to be precise. And the floor is almost flat because obviously it's a flat battery pack sitting below the underfloor of this car. Scooped out seat back. There are magazine holders here. Yeah, look at this. Shuts with a proper thud, and you've got a center armrest along with storage space for 2 cup holders. I mean, the storage space here for like paper, very thin as such. Meanwhile, 3 adjustable headrests, light placement on the top. Yeah, light placement on the top. Decent sized panoramic roof, handle as well as a hook to hold on to. AC vents on the B pillar. There's a hook here. Height adjustable seat belts. AC vents in the center. Air conditioning at the rear, of course. It gets a 4-zone climate control air conditioning, which is nice. 2 USB-C charging sockets and a cigarette lighter as well. If you are getting an electric, probably you should quit smoking for sure. Alright. Overall quality is nice. There's good amount of legroom and knee room. Under-thigh support also seems decent to me, and headroom is also nice. Recline angle of the seat could have been slightly better. I mean, it's not very reclined, not really upright either. Okay, the dashboard is again a very familiar Audi unit, of course. So yeah, rear seat comfort is actually pretty impressive. I liked it. And ambient lighting is here as well. So yeah, it's got plenty of ambient light colors. Obviously not Mercedes level 64 colors, but they have done I think 30 colors. You can also customize all that. Now let's come to the driver's side and talk about the features it has to offer. First and foremost, again typical Audi affair or VW affair, these are the controls for the power windows. This is for child lock function. Memory seat buttons are here a little further ahead. This is to open the boot of the car, and the front door pocket is also big enough. This is to lock or unlock the vehicle, and it gets electric adjust for the driver as well. Of course, it has to at this price point. There's a dead pedal there, and the pedals don't have anything special as such. Again, finished in rubber, no aluminium treatment or chrome, but hard plastics are in plenty, my friend. There are a lot of hard plastics lower down in the cabin, but there is a secret storage compartment here for your cigarettes and probably for your weed as well. Just kidding. Anyways, let's get inside, but before that, you see the seats actually look quite comfortable. They're huge, they're big, that's what you said. These are actually the controls for the lights. The headlight controls are here. Again, it's a different thing other than that lever which you usually get. These are these buttons, and overall quality cabin is actually quite nice, other than the fact that hard plastics are plenty low down. I mean, very scratchy hard plastics. I'm quite surprised by that actually. Okay, there's a light placement along with the mirror on the top. Same is the case here as well, light as well as a mirror. Plenty of lights on the top as well actually. Yeah, they are touch sensitive lights. And of course the sunroof. Okay, we have to turn on the car first. There, the car turns on. You don't know when the car is on or off, so you're just going to open the sunroof of the vehicle. There it opens. It's a decent sized sunroof, and it's going to open to a certain level, I think till here. Yep. And then you press it once again, nothing happens because it's already open to its max capacity. The cabin gets this black finish with sort of grey finish as well, along with this jewel stitching. Very nice cabin on the top half, but lower half could have been better. You can see the AC vents are on right now. So this is a screen for the air conditioning, along with you can also get into various other functions like downhill assist, and this is for the heads up display. Yeah, it gets a heads up display. There you can see the heads up display. Plenty of features in this car as such. The gear lever is really nice. How do you select? Okay, like this is how you select. Yeah, that's right, this is how you select the gears. That is a reverse parking camera. It's a very nice looking unit. Gets a 360-degree view, but it also gets a 3D view. Yeah, that's right, it gets a 3D freaking view. That's also pretty cool. Yeah, a 3D view is super duper awesome. In a car of this segment, you would expect nothing less, of course. And then when you actually turn the steering angle and apply brakes, you can see that as well. So great attention to detail. But the car color is orange. I did not specify a grey car. Why are you showing me a grey car? Never mind. Okay, now if you press this button, this particular button, let's get out of this. Okay, you come into the driver assist system, the basic driver assist system, nothing much fancy as such. Okay, let's turn off the air conditioning for a moment. Air conditioning off. Lot of screens, a little bit distracting. Okay, this screen is also a very nice unit. It has this sort of a click every time you touch something, which makes it much easy. But you know, they've used a lot of piano black, which is a fingerprint magnet for sure. Okay, now we get into car, because here is where the most important thing is. Audi drive select, car details, efficiency charging, parking aid, lights and vision. All these things are here in this particular menu. So basically with parking aid, it helps you basically with parking. Of course, what else will it do? It's got front and rear parking sensors, a 360-degree camera and whatnot. So nice looking screen for sure. And then of course, you've got this beautiful navigation, which also works very nicely. Nice looking unit. But this Audi virtual cockpit is even better. You can change the view like this. It gives you the usual information from which you have to browse through here. Yeah, regular memory, data, blah, blah, blah. the usual stuff, and the most important thing, the range. Okay, now here is actually the speedometer. This is showing how much power you're consuming from the electric motor, of course, and this is the very important thing known as distance to empty. Again, usual affair. Now these are actually the controls for the audio system. Steering looks very much like a Hyundai steering wheel, which we see in a Creta. Actually, Hyundai copied Audi, not the other way around. This is actually for the cruise control system. This is for the indicator and for the high beam as well. And these are the controls for the wipers. You see, the wipers do not have any washer fluid, so little spray came out from somewhere. The wipers do work very well, but yeah, washer fluid is actually missing at the moment. The horn, yeah, the horn is nice, but every time I ring the horn, the range actually decreases very minutely as such. All right, there is good amount of storage space. There's a wireless charging pad here. There's a Mercedes key, which does not come with the car. It's actually of the GLS, which I'm driving these days. And there is a cup holder, which is actually a coin holder and probably an ashtray. Now you can shut this if you so wish. Yeah, you can shut this if you want. But here below the front center armrest, there is storage space. It's a very small storage space, and then you can move this armrest ahead as well. It's a sliding one, so you can move that too. This is the engine start button. This is the electric parking brake. This is the volume controller. I appreciate they have a proper volume controller. Let's do one thing. Let's listen to an audio right away. Audio quality is actually very nice, and that's what you expect from an Audi car. It says e-tron right there, and you've got sort of a treatment here. So attention to detail is really very impressive on this car. And these center AC vents actually remind me of the Tiguan, the kind of angle they have. Again, chrome treatment. So certain parts are very nice. Yeah, not very hard, but this lower half, I know I keep getting to it again and again and again and again, because that's kind of irking me out. I would expect better quality from an Audi at this price point for sure. Overall, piano black finishing is in plenty, and I love the fact they didn't go beige. They've done a decent job, but even the door pads feel very hard. So, they could have done a better job. Ambient lighting, let's do one thing. Let's get into ambient lighting right away, which means I have to search for it. It's not a very intuitive menu like what we see in Mercedes cars or even BMW cars for that matter. Get into light and vision. Okay, background lighting. Now, there are some themes. There's something known as Impulse, not from Hero, Maritime, Caribbean, and it changes the color, which you can't see in the day. It doesn't have the S-Class level of ambient lighting, of course. And according to brightness, okay, let me increase the brightness. Individual setting is where you can go and configure what you want on the surfaces and contours. So there are two various areas for the same, and you can decide if you want it in the footwell as well. There are 30 colors for the ambient lighting. Mercedes does 64, BMW does 11, so Audi is in between. Why Audi is in between? Because in their drive mode, let's get into the drive mode. When you get into individual, you realize they have a balance setting, and that balance setting seems to be for the ambient lighting as well. Here, drive system, 3 settings: efficient, balance, dynamic. Same suspension, comfortable, balance, dynamic, and steering, comfortable, balance, dynamic. Of course, these things we should not be talking on right now, because we will do it when we start driving, which is right away. Alright, we are all set to go. It says range potential 22 kilometers extra because of air conditioning being turned off. So we turn off air conditioning. See, I listened to you this time. It says range potential 0 kilometers. Okay, we're just going to get into, there's nothing interesting to get into here, unfortunately. Car details, whatever. Actually, I can monitor the range here at least. Alright. Although I've turned off the air conditioning, I'm actually going to get into dynamic mode. Yeah, it's got 7 drive modes: off-road, all-road, efficiency, comfort, auto, and there's dynamic along with an individual mode. We're going to get into dynamic, and you can raise the ride height and all. Actually, raise the ride height in off-road mode just so that you can go off-road. Anyways, the car is silent. It's virtually, you can't hear it only. I need to select drive. Here we are into drive, and then I actually selected once again to get into sport. Yeah, we are into sport. Full dynamic setting. Full beans mode. Let's see what this car's got. Alright, we turn off traction control as well. Traction control off. Actually, the control for this is on this side, which is kind of weird. It should be on the right side, right? Okay, funnily enough, this car also has air fragrance. Yeah, there's perfume inside this car. So a lot of features which I'm not even able to explore because of the short duration of this test drive today. Anyways, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. It says 50% battery, and that's very fast. 5.7 seconds to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. Absolutely sensational. I could not hear anything. Usually electric cars have this whining sound. Audi has done a great job of actually reducing that as well, so you can't hear any whining as well. It's so smooth, it's so refined. Of course, it has to be, it's an electric motor, so silence level phenomenal. We're going to do one thing. We're going to come from this side. The horn is nice, but every time I honk, it reduces the battery. I'm just kidding, it doesn't do it. Audi says that the battery range is between 359 kilometers to 484 kilometers, which is actually quite good. However, it depends on your driving style, to be honest. Globally, it is rated at 400 kilometers, but in the real world I expect it to give around 300, 320 kilometers. Again, everything is dependent on your driving style, whether you like to sweat like a pig by turning off air conditioning, or you like to accelerate hard. Oh my god, every time you get on the throttle you have to be really nice and gentle with the throttle, because it is absolute madness in terms of acceleration, because all that torque comes from 0 RPM. It produces 664 Newton meters of torque, and the power output is 408 horsepower. Actually, it's got 2 electric motors, one at the front, one at the rear, and yeah, one at the front axle, one at the rear axle, with a 95 kilowatt hour battery. The result is actually we are stuck in traffic. That is the unfortunate scenario. So since we are stuck in traffic, I'm going to talk about these 2 paddles. They don't change any gear. It's a 1-speed gearbox, obviously. Okay, these paddles are for the regeneration, okay, of the battery, which also works as braking. All right, so here I'm actually increasing the regeneration. Here you see, I just leave the throttle, it decelerates, and I can increase it here. Now I leave the throttle, it doesn't decelerate as fast. Actually, there are 4 modes. One is completely off, and there's low, mid, and high. Okay, so what it does is it makes braking very easy. You don't even have to step on the brake pedal unless and until you want to come to a complete halt. But Audi has done it even better than what I've witnessed in other electric cars. It's so smooth, it's so refined, it's unbelievable. Okay, part of that is also to the fact that it doesn't use hydraulic brakes, it uses electro-hydraulic brakes. And here, I'm just reducing it to, maximum regeneration. Here, I don't even have to apply the brakes. My feet are not on the brake pedals, and the car is coming to a halt. Here we are. It's coming at like 10 kilometers. Now it's going to take a few years to stop. No, 9 kilometers. Come on, baby. Stop. 8 kilometers. That is a regeneration for you. It's fantastic. Okay, using these paddles, with minus being more intrusive and plus being least intrusive. Here, it actually comes to a halt completely. I've increased it, but unless and until I don't accelerate, it's not going to move. So let's do one thing. Let's get left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Now listen to this, okay? This is the boost mode. Okay, it produces that 408 horsepower and 664 Newton meters in boost mode. Regularly, it has 360 horsepower. Actually, that 408 horsepower, out of which 184 goes to the front, 224 goes to the rear. It uses e-quattro, of course. But 360 horsepower is actually what you're going to get regularly when it's not in boost mode. The result is, it actually makes 170 horsepower at the front and 190 horsepower at the rear. And the whole system works flawlessly well. This e-quattro system is even better than Audi's regular quattro system, and the regular quattro system itself is so fantastic. So again, really nice drive here in this Audi. What I like is the fact it's so smooth, so refined, great acceleration, of course, and the level of deceleration, the way the brakes work is also fantastic. Braking performance is stellar. Again, I'm not going to apply brakes. I'm just going to use these paddles and just, have max regeneration, and there it's almost come to a halt. But I'm going to apply brakes and show you how it stops dead in its track. We're going to increase it to maximum. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Listen to this, okay? Yeah, the top speed happens to be 200 kilometers per hour. That's a lot for an electric car, which you have to be really careful while driving, because you don't want to deplete the battery, and my hard acceleration has not really depleted the battery as much as I would have expected to be. Now the good news is that there are multiple ways to charge, and this is a 36 cell battery, which means that if you are smart enough to have a DC fast charger around you, smart enough to buy a house which has a DC fast charger around, you have no worries at all. Okay, now the 5 ways of actually charging it is, the worst is the 11 kilowatt charger, which is an AC charger, which takes 8.5 hours to charge this car completely from 0 to 80 actually. No, nobody tells 0 to 100. 0 to 80, acceleration is 0 to 100. And 22 kilowatt AC charger, that takes, yes, 4.5 hours. That's also a lot of time. Okay, that's something which you would have it at your home or at your office. But then if you go out, commercial chargers, the DC chargers, 50 kilowatt takes 1.9 hours. 50 kilowatt DC fast charger will take 1.9 hours. And if you go for a 100 kilowatt DC fast charger, that will take under an hour. And then there's a 150 kilowatt DC super fast charger, which takes 30 minutes to go from 0 to 80%. Unfortunately, I don't think there is any in India at all. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. The steering is obnoxiously light. I've never seen a car with such a light steering wheel. It is so freaking light, my goodness. मतलब अलग ही level lightness है इसकी, but it weighs up decently well at high speeds, and Audi calls it the progressive steering wheel. वाह, क्या बोल दिया, वाह. Whatever you call it, progressive or unprogressive, it still actually is a steering wheel which really weighs up beautifully well onto the throttle. And every time I get into it, I realize the speed warning comes in no time at all. It's so freaking fast. It is really crazy, the level of acceleration from this car. It's all about unreal acceleration. Steering is weighing up decently well at higher speeds. Alright, it feels a little artificial without a doubt, but yes, it weighs up decently well, and then making a quick directional change, no problem at all. Body roll is well contained, but this is a heavy car, 2.5 tons. That battery, the lithium-ion battery alone is like 700 kgs on this car. So yes, it does weigh out quite a bit, but doesn't feel all its weight. 2.5 tons still is a lot of weight, but the ground clearance is very nicely achieved on this car. It doesn't scrape anything whatsoever, and you can also take it off-road without any hitch, and that off-road mode also helps in that regard. So as I see it, this Audi e-tron is fantastic. Acceleration is really very nice, but yes, it is going to be quite expensive. I think it's going to be priced somewhere between 1.5 crores to 1.7 crores on road Mumbai, maybe less. Audi surprised me. But the problem is that let's talk about the EQC and the I-Pace, which are other electric cars. Now they are based on, GLC. Actually, the EQC is based on the GLC, which is an entry-level SUV from Mercedes-Benz. And the EQC is priced at rupees 1.3 crores on road Mumbai. Meanwhile, the I-Pace is also priced at 1.3 crores. With that trajectory, I think this should also be priced at 1.3 crores, but I think it's going to be priced slightly higher considering the features on offer and the performance and all, but that's not the point. Let's not digress. The point is, you pay more than 20 lakh rupees just to the RTO to register this car. What the point of getting an electric car when you're not getting any subsidy in terms of registration? You're still paying so much. That's because also these cars are all imported units, and that really jumps up the price massively. Okay, I was trying to rhyme with the performance and acceleration of this car. It also has a mode which actually puts sound outside so the pedestrians can hear it, because the car is so silent. In fact, in-which level is also very nice. You can't hear much of the tire or road noise, but considering everything is so silent, unless and until your wife is talking a lot, you're going to hear a bit of the wind and the road noise as well. Now, what I was telling you is that everything is anyways going electric. Yeah, we know that without a doubt. In the future, all cars are going to be electric. It makes no point paying a premium right now to get an electric vehicle and try to stand out of the crowd, because eventually we all are getting there. Might as well buy a car with an internal combustion engine and enjoy it while it lasts. So while an electric car really has a good draw in terms of saving the environment, if you think you alone can do it, kudos to you. But for the kind of pricing, it obviously gives a lot of efficiency, and it's very frugal, and it saves the environment and all those things. But you're anyways going to do it in the future. Might as well get a regular ICE car right now, enjoy it while it lasts. So as far as my stand on electric vehicles goes, they're doing a great job, great range, great acceleration, but it's not how fast you go, it's how you go fast which matters. So even if you drive a slower car, if it has the feel, the sound, you're going to enjoy it more than an electric car which just takes off like instantly. And instantly is like an understatement here, because it's gone. It's just gone. 5.7 seconds to 100 kilometers per hour for a 2.5 ton vehicle. Well, that is blisteringly quick, to be honest. And directional changes are not a problem at all. Audi could have added more features in this car for sure. And those mirrors, which are available globally, they're also pretty awesome, huh? Oh. It has these weird wipers, which, not weird, good wipers actually. The spray actually comes from inside the wiper. That's also pretty nice. Acceleration is super brisk, very enjoyable, very silent, very comfortable, very efficient as well. So guys, this is my vlog of the Audi e-tron. A great effort from Audi, and I think amongst all other BEVs, this is among one of the best without a doubt, because usable, practical, doesn't scrape anywhere, unlike the EQC, which does tend to scrape a lot. And they've got the center of gravity so right now that the handling is also an absolute delight. You know why? 50-50 weight distribution. Not really, almost, but still they're getting there, which is quite impressive as well. And the real fun of this car is actually stopping every time and stomping the accelerator pedal, only to realize that electric vehicles will not disappoint you in terms of speed in the future, although yeah, the character would be missing. 50% boost, and here we go. So while boost is the secret of this car's energy, if you have Complan or Bonvita, you're not going to get the same additional oomph. And on that really cheap and disgusting joke, it's time to end. If you like this vlog, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye-bye. So this guy's got air suspension, of course, with adaptive dampers, something you would expect obviously at this price point, and then it goes up and down depending on the drive mode, the ride height, of course. The thing is that the suspension is obviously on the stiffer side. The turning radius could have been slightly better, but yeah, the suspension is obviously on the stiffer side. You know why it's on the stiffer side? Because it has to deal with all this weight. So in order for that, and then you get into the throttle. Actually, I'm going to put it into dynamic mode, because dynamic mode is the best speed breaker, no problem at all. Now coming around the corner, you get hard on the throttle, it screeches its tires a bit. The funny thing is, the car always wants to shut off and save as much battery as possible. That's the reason. As soon as the driver seat detects that there's no one on it now, it will turn off the car. Period. It will just shut the car in order to conserve the battery power as well, which is good and also bad, because I just want to go out and take a picture, and when I come in, it's already shut itself.